All right, so now we're going to take a look at percent increase or decrease. So we've been talking about percent of a number. Now we have to figure out whether we are increasing or decreasing. So the first problem says pole was supposed to be 17 meters, and they accidentally made it 22.1 meters. So what we have to do is rearrange our fractions. So instead of is over of, we still have the percent over 100, but now we're going to put the original on the bottom and the new number on top. Whoops, I should have said new, not the actual number. So new. Okay, and then the first thing we're looking at is this an increase or decrease? Well, from 17 to 22.1 is an increase, so we know that it's going up. Okay, so start writing my fractions. New number over original, so the new number is 22.1, the original is 17. We're looking for the percent, and that's always out of 100. So we do the same process, cross multiply, we get 17x equals 2210, and then we divide. So we're going to take 2210 and divide by 17. And we end up with x equals 130. Now, that is the decimal equivalent. Okay, should have said 1.30. That is the decimal equivalent of our percent. We still have to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So we end up with 130% increase. So that means the full amount plus an extra 30%. Okay, that's what that number is compared to the original. But we now have to take that and subtract 100 because we've gone over 100. So if we take 130 and subtract 100, we get a 30% increase. Okay, so in these problems, we're either going to be adding or subtracting for our last step, depending on whether it's an increase or decrease. The second problem, last year's phone model had a battery that lasted 14 hours. This year, the battery only lasts 7 hours. What was the percent of decrease? So we know it's going down. Okay. The new is 7. The original is 14. So we cross multiply. And we get 14x equals 700. Our last step is to divide. 700 divided by 14. And our process is to take the original 100 and subtract, but it ends up being the same in this particular case. So this is a 50% decrease. Number 3, Jerry used to have $442 in the bank, but after a year, the amount increased to $601.12. This was an increase of how much percent? Okay, now not every problem do they tell us whether it's an increase or decrease, but all of these problems, they are telling us whether it's an increase or decrease. So you know it's going up, and it's pretty obvious if you look at the two numbers. All right, so the original is on the bottom. And the new goes on the top. We're looking for the percent. So we cross multiply. We get 442. X is equal to 60112. So 60,112. And again, we're dividing both sides by 442. So 60,112 divided by 442 is equal to 136. Now all percents are out of 100. So in this case, in order to find out how much it went up, we subtract 100. Not a difficult thing, we get 36. So we end up with 36% increase. Number 4, normally a game costs $32, but the new special edition version is going to be $47.36. This is an increase. So we're going from 32 to 47.36. So the original was 32, the new is 47.36. Percent over 100. Cross multiply, you get 32x equals 4736. Again, we're multiplying by 100, so it just moves the decimal 2 places to the right. Now we take 4736 and divide it by 32. And we get x is equal to 148. Again, it was an increase from the 100, so I take the 100 away and I get 48. So the price increased 48%. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then the rest are going to be yours on this notes page to finish. Normally a chef uses 11 ounces of chocolate, so there's our original. But he started using 16.5 ounces instead. He should advertise the cookies as having blank percent more. More means we're increasing. So the number is definitely going up. Original over new. New over original. And x over 100. So I get 11x is equal to 165, and I have to have it add a 0 because when I slide the decimal 2 places to the right, it creates the extra placeholder there. So then I take 1650 and divide by 11. Did something wrong. 1650 divided by 11 is equal to 150. Now that's how much 16.5 is of 11, but again we have to subtract the original 100 to find the amount of change. So it has 50% more chocolate. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are yours to do in class, and then you have a homework page to practice these types of problems. Go to it.